Hi, hi, Rick B. That bet I wouldn't be on time. Am I off? It's 11, oh, it's 11:01. Okay, you were right. So, one second. I'm actually pissed. When I put this up a little while ago, um, some of you guys might know that a couple months ago I was contacted by former correctional staff, um, a few with information regarding wrongdoings in the Bureau of Prison. Since then, I've probably been in contact with about 5 former BOP employees altogether. Um, I think it was a couple weeks ago, an officer who worked in the FCC complex at Terre, Haute, and I were talking, and he brought to my attention something that was kind of actually shocking a bit. And let me back up here for a second. I don't know how many people that are going to watch this have been in federal prison system. There's a lot of people that don't know that many doctors that work in the federal prison system have been in trouble for other things. For example, Medicare fraud, prescription fraud, um, crimes in general, felonies. And instead of going to prison, they agree to go to work for the Bureau of Prisons. I first became hip to this at Leavenworth way back in the 90s, late 90s. And there was a lady named Dr. Tharp who got busted for writing too many scripts. And she told me flat out, and I think she had pill problems herself. And in 2003 or 2004, there was a medical doctor named Bosanich at USP Lewisburg who admitted that he got busted for Medicare fraud. That's what brought him to the BOP. So I've known this. Um, what I didn't know until recently is there is a doctor who is running FCC Terre currently, right now. Hold on one second. Okay, it's exotic your hair because I high while taking your daily dose of Islam oxycontin. Morphine is chicken because it is something to cook. Okay, thank you, bro. If you're watching, thank you. Real quick, so let me see. Nice shirt. We're going golfing. Get the notification late. Okay. Going golfing. No, I actually went to the football game. If you guys are on my Facebook page, you guys might see the football game. Homecoming of Greenwood High School. Greenwood in the last 20 years has been to state 11 times and has won 8 times. It's more like a pro game set up. It's awesome. The whole scene is really awesome. And my wife, growing up on American movies, every time she sees something like, oh, it's just in the movies. It's just like in the movies, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, let me get back to this. By the way, so if you guys are going to be talking about the little weirdos that I beat up on the last 10 days, I'm not even responding. I don't care if Johnny Mac has been talking bad about. Johnny Mac has no content. I don't care about that. Little FBS can call me Chomo Inc. and should worry about his daughter and other things, but I don't care. I'm going to get back to them, but I have to. You deal with people like that and you get stupider. So I'll be back. When the t-shirts come, they're all coming. You guys I got surprises there. So let me get back to important stuff. And I know this won't bring the subs that I had the other night, like at 12:30 at night, there was 300 people in my chat room because they like the gossip and talking shit. By the way, if there's any wrenches in here, don't don't block anybody. Let everybody go. I'm going to do members only here shortly. I came on late tonight, quite frankly, because I don't want to do a video. I like doing lives better. I just like going for it. And I did that thing today about gabapentin and methadone. Of course, that was in response to me saying a certain individual can't get off methadone and has no place to talk about addiction, and was crying to me about that. And then the other one is a gabapentin freak, and he's an addict. So I'm just saying, that's why I put that earlier. And I did talk to a therapist and a medical doctor. So let me get back on track. There is a guy right now named Dr. Wilson. Dr. William E. Wilson MDCD. That's what his title is. So he's the head doctor at Terre Haute right now. I have information, credible information, that told me that his license was taken away, was revoked. He lost his license. And this is the problem. I had this written down, and I was going to do this story before I got in the last little battle, mob tube war, whatever you want to call it, with the clowns. So what happened was that distracted me from the story. And I had a lot of information written down, and I was looking for it after I put the title of the story up, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I can't find it. Because I had like what he got busted for. It was him and his wife, I believe, when he got to Terre Haute, and so on and so on. And I almost thought about not going on. Then I saw Rick B's thing, like, I bet Rob won't come on, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'm just going to go for it, wing it, fuck it. Because this story is accurate, by the way. So it's credible enough to I know that's accurate. So the ones that clown me for being a journalist or not being a journalist or whatever, okay, say this story ain't true. All right, so the problem is I do not have information in front of me like I did of what exactly Dr. William E. Wilson got busted for. What I do know for a fact is this: he lost his license completely. The powers that be in the DOJ or the BOP then went and helped him get a license to only practice on inmates. Let me repeat: to only practice on inmates. What does that say? What does that say? Think about that. You lose your license because you commit a crime. You then agree to go to work for the Bureau of Prisons, or I don't have that information exactly. I don't know if he got busted, convicted. I don't know. Okay, I did have things written down, but for sure he lost his license, and I believe him and his wife were overwriting scripts. I think that's what I was told. But nevertheless, he lost it, and this is why I know. When COVID hit, and a lot of the officers who worked at FCC Terre Haute, many Trump supporters, and this was during the election time, there was people that thought that the whole COVID thing was related to Trump's election, et cetera, et cetera. An overwhelming majority of the officers would not take the vaccine. They would not take the COVID shot. And some of them worked on or were in the death penalty crew. So I don't know if you guys are aware, during COVID, they executed like 11 people at Terre Haute in that complex. The guys were brought from the USP where the death house is. They were walked across the street to the FCI, and they were executed. There were COVID protocols put into place that were totally violated, and this is for a different time and a different story. But when the officers pushed back and would not get vaccine, they found out that Dr. Wilson was not even allowed to see them. It was Wilson who was complaining about them not being, if I remember correctly, Wilson complained about them not being vaccinated. Vaccinated was what I was trying to say. And they pushed back. They filed. Wilson they found out that Wilson is only licensed to work on inmates right now. When you think of the big picture of that, I get it. So there's going to be a bunch of people that say, I don't give a fuck. Who cares? They're working on inmates. Did you get good treatment? Did you help you? Whatever. I get that analogy, right? So if a guy gets busted or he loses his license, but he's still a good doctor, okay, so why shouldn't he go work on inmates? Because inmates are just scum, right? I mean, if you look at the last few days, what the guys are putting out about me, they're trying to send me back to prison. We're just scum because I didn't snitch and I'm not on the street like fucking like Clown Calandra. I mean, I'm a scum, but if you're on the street, you're a good guy. It doesn't matter how many people you killed, but if you didn't rat and you're not part of the little puppet crowd, then you're a scumbag, right? And they want to send you back to prison and do what they do. So the bigger point there is that our government is looking at us. I say us. I just said us like I was an inmate or a prisoner or convict. No, fuck that, an inmate. Okay, like an inmate. And that's fucking terrible. That's terrible. I don't care what anybody thinks or what anybody gets out of that. That's like saying, okay, so-and-so's IQ is a lot lower, so he's less than a person. Or certain geographical people, IQ-wise, are less than, so they're not, they shouldn't be deemed civilians, or they shouldn't have the right to vote. You know what I mean? So this is wrong all the way around. Plato. So Mob Rat, you guys are maybe on ticket wrong, Casper. No big deal, Mob Rats. A little candle for your help today. Yeah, go ahead. You guys do what you guys do in that. I don't care. You guys go back and forth. Do whatever. Right now, this doctor has a lot of say-so whether guys get out on compassionate release. The reports he was writing are being read or being reviewed by federal judges and or appellate courts around the country to see if a certain inmate is qualified for compassionate release. And this guy has been in trouble and can only work on inmates. There should be some notation in his reports that I've been busted and I can only work on inmates. This is who I am as a doctor, and this is my review. This is my opinion, or whatever you want to say. That a man who has been busted for either Medicare fraud or writing too many pills or whatever, and got his license taken away, and is only able to practice on federal inmates, who has the power to keep them in prison, that's just fucked up. That's like beyond, I don't know. I mean, from somebody who spent most of his adult life in prison and who still cares a lot about guys in there. They are my people, a lot of them, even though I wear a civilian hat today. I know a lot of sick guys in there that deserve compassionate release, and I know Dr. Wilson's blocking some of those guys. So that's why this is personal to me. And he has written some stuff that got me, that had me, I had to jump through hoops for him. I was just looking at some of my medical records with his name on it. So a guy no better than me, a criminal no better than me. We both were drug dealers, right? And I'm almost positive they had pharmacies too or something. And I wish to God it was earlier, and I didn't just do this on the fly, because I would have got a hold of the person in question and went a little further. And because I had all the facts. And I'm going to say something else. So at Terre Haute, when I was there, I was also treated by a urologist who I liked a lot. The urologist is now retired, or I won't even mention his name because I don't want to hurt him. His name was Cordray. Cordray had a son working in the BOP. There's a conflict there. And the son was SIS. Who is in a position of power? That's the investigators. I don't know how they go about bidding and getting their contracts. But if a son works in the Bureau of Prisons and the father works on the street as a urologist, there is some kind of conflict there. Let's say the son didn't like me, for example. Let's say I had had problems with the son, and I hit him or spit on him. Would the father then give me the best care possible? That is a conflict. Bigger than all this, then there's something that's really, really noteworthy here. In 2013, there was a doctor that worked inside of Terre Haute, FCI Terre Haute, by the name of, here we go. This is a crazy ass story, you guys. A Terre Haute home became the center of the search for a suspect in a series of unsolved murders. So this is July 16, 2013. I was at Terre Haute when this guy was working there. Doctor. On Monday morning, police from several agencies arrived at an East Side home in Village Quarter neighborhood. They were looking for Anthony Joseph Garcia, a former medical resident at Creighton University, suspected in the slayings of 4 people, including a double homicide in 2008 and a pair of killings this year. According to a report in the Tribune Star, Garcia had worked at one time in the U.S. federal prison in Terre Haute and bought the Village Quarter home on Gray Wing Court last year. He wasn't home. Police said officers in Illinois had picked him up on suspicion of drunk driving. So this guy was drunk driving and he got picked up. Let me back up. Garcia had worked at one time in the U.S. federal prison in Terre Haute. This guy was working at Terre Haute when I was there, Haute, whatever. He was wanted for killing 4 people and he's been convicted of it because 2 of them for sure knew he did not have a license. Police said Garcia served as a doctoral resident at Creighton University. In 2001, he was fired by Dr. Roger Brumback and William Hunter. According to Omaha police, officials cited erratic and insubordinate behavior in his firing. He left Nebraska after being terminated, but police said he returned in 2008, showing up at Hunter's home and killing his son, 11-year-old Thomas Hunter, and 57-year-old Shirley Sherman. Police said they were not his intended targets. In May, Roger and Mary Brumback, both 65 years old, were found dead in their Omaha home. Roger Brumback was the chairman of the Creighton University Department of Pathology where Garcia had worked. Police believe all 4 slayings were revenge killings connected to Garcia's firing. So Dr. Garcia here killed 4 people because he lost his license. He was fired, right? Yet he went to work in the Federal Bureau of Prisons and he was not even fucking checked. So newsflash, here's the breaking news, the bigger story. If you are a weird doctor who wants to do weird shit to inmates, go to Terre Haute and apply and say you want a job, you'll get one. They won't even check your stuff. If you're a doctor who wants to have sex with men and you're a female or male, go to Terre Haute because they're not going to check your license. Or most other Bureau of Prisons. If you're like a PA from Pakistan that was in Leavenworth back in the day, who everybody who came in, he wanted to do a finger wave and check their colon and check their prostate. This is what this guy did. As soon as you came in, you had a cough. Oh, let me check your prostate. A sick fucker. If you are a sick fucker and have women problem, ooh, now I want to insert and just smash all the little weirdos on the little puppet crew. If you have women problems, if you're sick, pervert, you want to stick your finger up men's asses, go to work in the Federal Bureau of Prisons because they don't check. Apparently, we had a murderer with no license working on us when I was there. This is fact. This isn't bullshit. Not even a little bit. This is as factual as Jimmy Calandra stripping in a hotel room and luring a woman in for unwanted sex. This is a serious problem. There should not be doctors who have gotten busted for any reason working on prisoners. Prisoners are not less than, no matter what the fuck they did. They're human. And I know people that, especially people that have been crime victims or who have kids or family members who overdosed on fentanyl or blame the drug deal and everything. They're just like, fuck the prisoners. They need bread and water, blah, blah. I get it. And that's the reason why we have a recidivism rate like it is right now, because of that thinking, because people don't understand. The punishment is the crime. When a person is sentenced, that is his punishment. Prison is not the punishment. Simple. And this ties into the whole doctor thing. You should not have doctors working on prisoners, doctors that have been busted. You shouldn't. You should not have doctors that are allowed to bid for contract who have relatives working in the same prison. You just shouldn't. So this is kind of what I wanted to talk about or hit on tonight. I'm not staying on too long. I never intended to. What do we have? There's 60 something people. So it's Friday. It's later. I knew with a title. Oh, this camera. Man, this sucks. I don't know how come every time I hit this table, this goes blurry. And this is supposed to be some badass camera we got, right? Anyway, and I saw it the other night on TV when I went back and watched the lives that I did, and I just see my lip is now split open from laughing so hard from the last 10 days or so. I feel beating up on little weirdos. It's fun, but it's kind of, I feel dumber. Anyway, let me read a couple comments, see what's going on. There will be a lot more Federal Bureau of Prison stuff. A lot more. Looks good. I love it. But extra $20. Any takers? Hold on, I don't know. What's up, Rob? Hey, mate, Tony Nolan. Hello, Pinga Pinga, Casper. Nice shirt. Were you golfing? No, I was at a homecoming, Gino. And my wife bought me like 3 of these shirts. You know what you know what I would normally wear that I have not been? God damn it. Fuck. I'm gonna clear myself. I dress more like probably like a Chicano with shorts though, Dickies, stuff like that, jeans, thermals buttoned up to here. I mean, that was a surf thing in California. So I mean, I went to prison when I was a kid, so I'm still a kid, kind of inside. So that's what I usually wear. I mean, Marta can't stand those shirts, so but I'm gonna get them soon again because that's my comfort zone. What's up, David? Big country guys, what's up? No dogs today. Smash that. Help. It's okay. I'm not. So again, I was gonna do a video on this for tomorrow. Damn, this fucking blurriness. This is crazy. This drives me nuts. For real. Okay, so if I back up and go, I'll have to get this fixed too. Whatever. Let's not talk about snow blow. Just stop, Rob. Do yourself. Rick B. Eat anything good at the football game? I ate pizza, and then we had a chili dog at Sonic and an ice cream something. Rick B. I am doing myself, but when the T-shirts come out, I'm gonna have a party. I'm gonna have a ball, and who knows? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Dude, no disrespect, but you don't come on when you say Rick B. What are you talking about? I came on at 11 o'clock. It was maybe 11:01, and the other nights I came on early, right? I hear you though. Who wrote Baby Cakes? Who is he? Octavia. Toxic, no pinga pinga on this. Toxic, no pinga pinga on this chat. Thank you. Rob, do the people you meet out in public think you're rich because you got a dime piece wife, Gino? So do they think I'm rich? Damn, I'm sorry. Fuck this camera. This is crazy. That bothers me right now. Like I'm annoyed with this for real. Especially since like we were going to I don't know how much was paid for this camera. I told the guy exactly. And he's like, get this camera, this is what you need, blah blah blah. Do they think I'm rich? So I don't know rich, but I'm gonna say this. And I'm happy about this. I mean, it makes me feel good. I know I was accused of the night of, oh, she's not a trophy. You got this trophy wife. My wife's bad fucking ass. Let's make no mistake about it. My wife is bad. All right. I haven't been to a football game and a fair. We go to fair. There's fairs right now too, where I've seen a girl better looking than her. And you guys might say, oh, well, now you're tooting your horn. She's pretty, but she's not. High school girls were stopping and looking at her going, oh my God, you're so beautiful. For real. I mean, they're like, people are just like, oh, it's because she looks exotic. She doesn't look like nobody here. That's one of the reasons. And she in public, let me tell you something. If you saw her with me in public, you just go, what the fuck? I mean, when you see her here, you guys are going, what the fuck does she see in him? I get it. I get it. So you guys don't know the little things, but I get it. And because she's like all over me, like for real, like she hangs on me and like kisses on me nuts, like to the point where I'm pushing her away. And so people are just going, what the fuck is this girl? She's out of her mind. She loves me. I'm very, very, very lucky. Super lucky, for real. Super, super lucky. That sad inmate should be treated by normal. So Jay, you got that. Licensed doctors, not quack doctors. So getting back to this thing about this issue, the doctors. No, this is actually really serious, you guys. I know, and I know there'll be people like, they shouldn't have doctors. Nobody should have dentists. They should get all their fucking teeth pulled. I understand the thinking. I do. So no matter what anybody says or they want to spin or whatever, nobody I don't know too many people who have put in more work on sex offenders than myself, like over the history of my time in prison, who have hurt or maybe done a lot of damage to. Yes, I sat at the table with one to humiliate Joey Testa, and I loved it, and I'd do it again, 1,000%. But you guys have no clue. You guys have no clue. So, or most people don't. So, having said that, you cannot separate sex offenders from a drug dealer or a person snatcher. You can't when you're talking about criminal justice reform. It sucks, but you can't. That's why the laws stay, because you have this part of society who has such the hatred for certain individuals that have raped, killed, and brutalized a loved one, and on and I get it. But you have to have an open mind if you really want criminal justice reform. And people should want criminal justice reform not for the prisoner or the individual, but for society. If you have a recidivism rate as high as ours in this country, something's wrong. And nobody cares because nobody has the time to deal with it. Nobody gives a fuck, really. They're prisoners. They're scumbags. A lot of it, in the past was about race. Oh, they're black. They're crack offenders. What did they expect? They have chains on their neck, and they're running around poor neighborhoods with chains. They deserve it. I've said that. I've said that to my crack friends. Like, you guys are fucking idiots. You guys did this. Don't cry now because you're doing 20 years. You guys had chains and new cars in the hood. What the fuck did you expect? I've done that. That's wrong, because the bigger picture was they were snatching those guys up just to fill the prisons. You know what I mean? And this camera's gonna be driving me nuts tonight. So the criminal justice reform angle, which includes this doctor stuff, is to have our prison system change. We need big major changes in the criminal justice reform. And I don't give a damn who's on my side about this or not. I'm right when it comes to this. So and in the last 10 days, so all you people out there, let me be clear, who have been saying, Rob, stop, don't punch down, you're destroying yourself, I've heard this so many fucking times now. Have no clue the people that have contacted me. And some said, stop what you're doing because we need you for such and such. Stop what you're doing because da-da-da-da, And I'm like, yeah, it's my impulse control disorder. Plus, these guys are too easy and it's fun. I mean, so but I won. if you guys know who I talk to, it's like if you guys know the people I talk to, but specifically the connections I make when I do this dumb shit sometimes, and there are people that are saying, even the connections I'm making are saying stop. They're people that can further my life or further my agenda, whatever my agenda may be. And yeah, for real, no matter what anybody thinks, and I get off on these little tangents, and I do have addictive ways, and I do go down this path where I beat up on little again, it's like tonight at that football game where Greenwood won 63-21. I should be saying mercy like day 2, but at the same time, I mean, look, I gave guys content that would otherwise just that their whole goal is to just slander and like beat up people and fight. So look, I don't care if they put me on little makeup and I'm a bitch and I'm a prison bitch or whatever. I'm a prison bitch. I'm this and I'm a that. Who are they? Who are they? They support a rat, and I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So yeah. So please, you guys that have been concerned for me or say that, Rob, I'm worried about you. Worry about yourselves. I appreciate you guys, your concern, the phone calls I've been getting, but you don't know how much this has worked for me at all. Yeah, I'll talk openly to people I talk to, but you don't know the bigger picture here, guys. You will. You'll see. So anyway, oh shit, Rosso, have you heard of any Willie Falcone's music yet? Willie Falcone? Somebody should ask. Old fucking Pinga should ask Willie Falcone about me. From my bathroom, I hope cancer in your body will not bother you. Be a kind cancer and live the rest of your best life. From my bathroom, I hope cancer in your body will not bother you. Be a kind cancer and you live your best. Octavia, from my bathroom? What are you saying? Affirmative action hire. I'm no authority in this chat. I'm just a poor boy from a poor family. Okay, Casper. Sorry, I cannot be on anymore. I have a situation. Big. Thank you for your humiliation work. I write this from my bath. Okay. It's legal to practice medicine without a license. They got this man a license to practice on inmates only. Fact. Did you do time with DWB named Robert Wagner? I know who Robert Wagner is. I was only kidding. I say pinga pinga all the time now. I feel that's the way of the world. Casper, let me tell you something. So many people are saying fucking pinga pinga right now. You guys, and everybody says, oh, what do you, oh man, I see, I want to. You guys know I want to. You know I want to. Especially little coochie Johnny Mac. Man, baby. Man, baby. Oh, I got a good, he's going to be so perfect. Boy, he is. Poor little guy. He can't get off methadone and strung out. He should be treated by a normal licensed doctor. Toxic, no pinga pinga on the chat. Dude, no disrespect, but you don't come on when you say, okay, you guys are back there. Maybe I took wrong, Casper. I light a candle for your help today. It will be a case, don't worry. Octavia, thank you. If you're serious, yeah, cancer saved my life. I was only kidding when I say pinga all the time. I feel it's the way of the world. It's illegal to practice that. Do you do time with the DWB? Hey, Rob, hope all's well. Smash like one. Sorry, I cannot be on anymore. I'm of no authority in this chat. I'm just poor about Chicago Muscle. I don't know. Shout out to Chicago Muscle exposing SoFlo. New video just dropped. I don't know what that video is. I know it was like his birthday and he had 4 people today. It was Ross, so you should try and get an interview with David Mack. Wow, Gino, I should try to reach out to David Mack for real. For real, I should. You're right. Affirmative action here. Okay, you know you should never. You know who you should never trust. People with neck or face tattoos. Gino, that's pretty good. Montauk, whatever. Chicago Muscle, Team Muscle Forever. Message retracted. Why did you retract your message? Anybody can say whatever they want tonight. It's going to be members only soon. Whatever. That's crazy. Knuckles deep. Joseph Manley would fit it. Oh yeah. Mengels would fit right in. Mengels, I'm saying, for my methadone cancer. The doctor went watch deep on your homies. The doctor got everybody that came in with the 2 fingers. Octavia was, why disrupt people's stream? Whatever. They tested LSD on knowing inmates back in the 90s. So inmates have always been. I feel you have a deeper message to send to the world. And I do. That is what happens when you too many people in prison. Rosso, have you heard of Willie Falcone's music? Are you serious? Willie Falcone did a tape, huh? Maybe he'll tell the world what he said to me about me. That's how the federal government works. They give the contracts to people and jobs for the, yep. Oh, and I have another one coming out of Terre Haute where a guy that was a CO there for years got the contract to do the locks in the shoe. Hey, Rob. Kevin Kincaid, what's up, Kevin? Kenneth Gilmore, at one place, a nurse gave 77 inmates the full COVID bottle, 6 doses. 1 dose equals trillion. Kenneth, wow, okay. I say ping all the time now, Rob. I have the patent for it. Go for it, Casper. I don't care. I'm not going to do the patent on that. Doesn't matter. I've got, damn, that's me. I told you I like to I can't play poker and I want to just throw my cards down. I want to throw my cards down. We'll see. Let's just say faces will be on t-shirts. Not just one. There'll be faces on t-shirts. I got the whole rundown. Yeah. Party, you can take your PO out for drinking sessions to celebrate. Oh, you believe? Hey, Johnny. No, Johnny, we smoke crack And then we snorted a couple lines off some hookers' asses. Me and my parole officer. The federal judge was with us, and the marshals drove. Are you making pinga pinga shirts, Rob? You know what, Casper? The truth is probably not, even though it would be good, because there are some serious people involved now that are just freaking out for real. I don't know where it's going to go. You know what I did? You know what I can do though? I can have a whole stadium of people and cheerleaders say, "Don't be a Jimmy," and say Nikki Blade, feed your kid. Like I got that locked in. You guys, wait till I get the t-shirt. Maybe it'll be a year from now because I'm too stupid, said the guy with the daughter who's with Lisa Wilson. Very pretty she is. Thank you. Johnny, you're barely literate. I know you ain't messing with nobody. Johnny, who is it? Oh, Johnny, whatever. This is somebody, this is one of those people, right? This is one of those people. Convict Inc. snitched on his PO. And there's people that, man, I can't, like, you don't even know the laughs we got. You don't even know the laughs we got. Like, do you see my lip? It's cracked, right? Laughing at all of you. Laughing at all of you. Like, Jude, it's the craziest shit in the world. Man, hey, Johnny, you're one of those people. What do you do with your life? Watch Johnny Mac, FBS, pinga pinga me. Like, even like if you do that, you need to do something else. Take drugs. Take drugs. I don't know. Beat up on women like Sofla. Do something. I don't know. Drug offenders don't belong incarcerated. Coctavia. Okay, so listen. I never wanted drugs to be legalized except for pot. I didn't. I did not. I never was in that camp. How can I say I'm still in that camp when I have a wife who works in HR at a big plant where every 10 people a week by her tested positive for drugs, for meth? 10, her alone. So it's done. Okay. Again, I'm going to go back when they put me in prison. They made a big deal about me coming from California, even though I lived here for a while, and they cut the head off the snake. Cut the head off a snake. And I was the biggest methamphetamine distributor in the Western District of Arkansas. Quack. Sold more coke than meth, more pot than coke. It was stupid. They just got a package of meth, and then they got people who testified against me. Only 2 I knew. Well, 3 counting my wife. No, I knew Helene too, but she lied. They had people that I sold coke to who they had switched the type of drug to make it a meth conspiracy. Scummy shit. They got the right guy, but they did that's just what it was. And again, they offered me 2 years. I was such a bad guy, they offered 2 years. They were going to stop methamphetamine in this county and everything else. Jesus Christ, grandma and grandpa are fucking smoking meth with their fucking grandchildren around here. I mean, that's not just here. It's like all over. Every store you go into, little shops, they sell, what do they call them? Oil pipes. Oil pipes, like to put oil. Get the I would have never imagined this in a million fucking years. Crazy. And the point of it is, it's done. It's done. And my good friend Stuart Nizet, the former NASA scientist, had the best quote: drugs are good. They weed out the dum-dums. The dum-dums who can't handle it will just be dumb, and that's how we weed them all out. There are some people that can function, and they're not the dum-dums. They can just do drugs and still be normal. I mean, we're still function, is what he's saying. Dude, it was so classic when this dude said that, because he was serious. This is a high IQ, eccentric type of person. It was just like such a profound statement. Drugs are good. They weed out the dum-dums. He was serious. And I'm almost agreeing. It's over. Why keep locking? So, okay, so 20 people are getting high, and they catch one, and they're going to send him to prison or probation where he's going to end up on. Why? What the fuck for? They're not putting a dent in it. It's over. It's lost. And $800 a fucking pound in California. Yeah, that's real talk. How do you know, Rob? Because I fucking know criminals. I know normal people who talk about it. I mean, it's just out of control. Acid is the best time ever. I miss youth. Gino, I never ever had good acid trips. And I know people say that your brain's weak. I had good mushroom trips. The CIA ran a program that Mike David is not cut because his team sprinkling drink jumped out of the window thinking he could fly. I don't know, Scott Bell, what are you saying? That's when speed was real. It's not nowadays. Jim, it's not your grandfather's speed. Is that what you're saying? Is that why people say, go ahead, Rob, you can just, hey, if you want to take a hit on a pipe, well, fuck, my sister said, you'll go sleep in a few hours. I'm like, what the fuck would I do it for? You know what I'm saying? The Argo, hey, Rob, my big guy is in Fort Dix. Okay, bro. Okay, Argo. I hear you. David just said that. Rob, what was your reaction to 9/11 when you found out in prison? Gino, I don't know. I think I did that story. I'm sure I have. I said it was going to change the course of the world. I got locked up as it was happening for an investigation. Got locked up. And when I went to the show, was kicking on the door, they were cheering. At first, people were cheering because they're like, yeah, the United States is getting hit. Yeah. And then they're like, oh, these fucking scumbag terrorists. Ah. Then they locked up guys. They took people off the street. You know, there was a whole sweep of Middle Eastern, Muslim people that had no due process. There was people taking in their clothes from Kansas City, St. Louis, off the streets, snatched up, like a car would pull up and just snatch them up, put them in the car, and they rushed them to Leavenworth and put them in the special and put them in the hole. The hole had 1, 2, so A range, B range, C range. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wings. Okay, if you go to end-to-end cells, they put people in civilian clothes that they snatched up, threw in a car, and drove straight, not to a police station, straight to prison, to Leavenworth, to the shoe. I lived in the shoe at Leavenworth most of the time. They brought them there. These dudes were fucking freaking out. Maybe 1 or 2 could have been related to some sending money for terror stuff, but I guarantee you, I don't give a damn if they were Buddhist, Islamic, or whatever. There was guys that I just looked and saw that they were not criminals. They were crying, and I even gave some a bad time a little bit, to be honest. Hey, Osama bin Laden, you know Osama bin Laden, you motherfucker, da, 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 you know, whatever. But you're asking me what was it like? It went from people, there was cheers. People were kicking on the door, cheering. They rounded up, 33 people. Anybody who had anything to do with explosives, they rounded up in the Federal Bureau of Prisons. Then if you were in a gang, something called the Domestic Terrorist Task Force came and pulled, or tried to pull, every gang member into a room by themselves and say, hey, if you have information on the explosives or bombs, we'll let you out of prison if you give us enough. No bullshit. That happened. Yeah, they did. They came and interviewed all gang members to see if there was any connection with bombs. That's what happened 9/11. Good question. It's not speed, bro. It's neo-ISO. Trust me. So I'm not sure. You actually, why did Bulger went through? Dave, Alcatraz. What about Alcatraz? So I think I guys told you that the History Channel came to my house. No, Morgan Freeman's production company came to my house. There's some freelancers for that company did a special with me about Leavenworth. Do you know that I changed the whole series on the stuff that I talked about? There's going to be former correctional officers in there too. It's going to be in January. Anyway, they've asked me or wanted to know if I'd be in the future be interested. So I went to Alcatraz. When I met my second wife and I got out of prison. So Marta's not my first pen pal wife. The first one was the crack whore, and yeah, good times, but we were terrible. Match made in hell. 3 weeks out of prison. No. 5 weeks out of prison, both of us. She was 6, I was 5. I took her to California from Arkansas. Yeah, we had a hell of a time. We went to Alcatraz and we fucked in the showers on tour. So I know, and I've been to Alcatraz probably 15 times. It's not speed. Hey, Rob, caught it live at least. Hey, Paul Clinton, true story. Was there any documentary cast where I'd like to know? That's crazy. Doc about the doc out the window. Shit. Well, hey, Rob. Okay, Rob, I was saying the MK program. I was saying the MK Ultra program, but the program was cut short and the doctor's doing it. Okay, Scott Best at the dose. Jumped out the window. I think I saw that on one of the channels, right? Scott Bell wasn't the Unabomber, one of them too. And NYC lied to his family. Ross of the Destroyer, Jimmy Catalano. Us hope you're having a good night, pal. I had a good night. Excuse me. So we went to that game. It was really cool. So you know what's really cool? It's hard to. So Marta doesn't understand football or baseball. We went to a minor league baseball game about a month ago. So do you know how hard it is explaining to somebody? Excuse me, keep burping. The rules. Oh, that chili dog. The rules of baseball or the rules of football. So imagine just a newborn child and they're asking, Daddy, what's that mean? What's that do? And that's what she does. What did they just do? What happened? It can be frustrating. It can be frustrating. But it's weird. So I was like, okay, babe, because we've been to 3 football games now. I need to watch football. I used to watch it all the time. You know why I stopped? Because I was a gambler. Never had favorite teams. I was a gambler. So yeah, we need to do that so I can explain it to her. She got a little bit tonight, but she liked it. That high school, if you guys see it on my Facebook page, it's public, Robert Rosso. I didn't do the game. I just did the homecoming queen or something, whatever. But so when we went into the stadium, she starts like mimicking like she's a movie. These are the best days of your life. There's scouts everywhere. You better play the best. And I was like, what are you doing? And she was talking about movies because she was at a homecoming in this stadium in Greenwood, Arkansas, which is 25 minutes from here. It's awesome. It's really almost like college/pro because they're so good. That town is really cliquish. Everybody keeps up with the Joneses in that town. Lots of generations of families, very white still. 2 black girls are on the cheerleading squad. I think there's 1 black guy on the field. These kids for the last 20 years have been to state 11 times. It's a phenomenal program. And the high school is huge. Yeah. So some people that I think are on here watch, they're like, is that a high school game? And like, yeah. So, but next week she's going to go with a friend of mine's wife to a homecoming of a real Arkansas school, like kids that don't win, and it's going to be night and day to her because this is like a real small school. She's going to see the difference. But yeah, it's a trip. Dave Nolan absolutely was, and Robert, what's Steve doing? How's Steve doing? Job. I'd like to see him. So Steve will be on again. Steve's girlfriend is sick. Yeah, she's really sick. Man, I should have. I call her my cousin, but we're not really. My dad's best friend's daughter. We called each other cousins all our life. She's older than me, but she has a son that's. So I'm 52. Eric's like 38. He did 12 years in Arkansas. I should have him on one day. I was with him tonight. That'd be a good one for the ADC stories too. Dave, can you look up? I think he was a math Utah. Dave, do you say very black when a city is? Do you see very black when a city is black, Jada? Yeah, I would say very black. Sure. Yes, I would say very black. Yes, I would. And what I mean is, I'm not trying to say it like in a bad way. So, since I've been out of prison, these places down here, okay, I'm from California. I moved back here into 1992, 91. Jesus. Yeah, into 1991, Thanksgiving. I was 22, 21, whatever. But I went to California, every few weeks back then. I haven't been since 97. But this was all white except for the Delta, Pine Bluff, and all that. Hispanics were very far in between. Our friends in Fort Smith, I'm like the only gringo. For real. When I went to a party last week, there was me and another white guy who's married to a Guatemalan girl. So there's Mexicans, Guatemalans, El Salvadorians, and damn, I just drew a blank. It's all Hispanic. It's all like the schools. It's crazy. Then you got these little towns, and this town has we have like three kind of so I have a neighbor down the way that's a black dude. I think there's like 4 altogether. But yeah, so if I'm saying black, sure, I'd say it's all black. Yeah, absolutely. Forest City was all black. So I mean, I'm calling it what it is. That's what it is, bro. That's all. Yes, the Professor Duck Fart. You need to take her to a Razorback game, son. Oh, wow. So let me tell you something. Damn, my lip, man. My lips are chapped. And really, see this right here? It cracked from laughing at those clowns I've been clowning for so long. Do prison doctors sometimes just let prisoners die on purpose? I would say, so here's the deal. You can get medical care, especially in medical facilities or care level 3 institutions. You can get them to provide you good medical care if you know how to speak to them, if you know how to file if necessary. Okay. But the problem is a lot of guys in prison get frustrated. They think the whole world's against them and they talk smack to them. So they're human. They're human. So if you talk bad to somebody over and over again, what do you think they're going to do? And then you have the staff members who are just, fuck, these guys are all inmates. And then the doctors hear that, so they're less likely to help out. So I'm not saying they would intentionally let people die, but they can do stuff that just blows them off. They got their lives. They've got your life in their hands. And people should realize that, but that shouldn't be the norm. That's not how it should be. But why is it? Well, just like tonight's story. This is facts. You guys can take that to the bank. Okay. There's particulars of this story that I fucked up on because I don't have my notes. I was going to say GD notes, and then people are going to say, you take the Lord's name in vain and da-da-da. But yeah, so I was sick because I had these notes right here. Then I got on this thing in the last 10 days, which I've absolutely loved, and I love smashing people. I don't care what they say about me. And I've came up on every time I do this mob crazy war stuff, and it gets to be drama. Well, this time my wife she didn't say it was bad energy. She didn't. Last time she was freaking out, but this time she's like, what are you going to say to about a woman beater? And somebody's like, yeah, I beat women all day. Did the doctor hit your G spot? Kenneth, yes, he did. Kenneth Gilmore. Kenneth Gilmore's trying to be funny. Let me be honest to Kenneth Gilmore, because this is what truth looks like, Kenneth. Okay. I know you don't get that on other channels. You get spin. That's what happens. Most people spin because they're embarrassed about things, right? Hey, Kenneth, let me be honest. Do you know that they milked my prostate? You know what that is? It's when you have chronic prostatitis and a doctor comes in and finger waves you and pushes on your prostate. Do you know what happens? You squirt fluid. So that would be a male G-spot, Kenneth. Does that make you happy? Why don't you go use that on Sunflow, and little FBI Johnny Mac can scream all day tomorrow, little man child. But anyway, yeah, go ahead. This is what a real man does. He tells the truth. So, Kenneth, did I get a hard on? No. But when the doctor pushed on my prostate, fluid came out, clear fluid, crazy. It's called milk. It's a natural thing, milking the prostate. I hope that answers your question. You need to take her to the your Ohio State story. Ron Gross, this was going to be the Ohio State story tonight. You know I'm not talking about it? Because somebody called me that wants to jump on about that story, who was a professional gambler for years. So we'll see. Short-term memory. Did that doctor hit your G-spot? Yes. Hello, everyone. Robin, family, Frankie Betts. Dave, I'm pretty sure Ted's professor is part of the panel study, but one doctor for 1,000 prisoners. That's also true. And the doctor doesn't have a license for normal humans, only prisoners, David. Scott Bell, LOL. I remember I met one of the Cuban Five, Guardo and USP Victor back in right before Obama pardoned him. You know who I knew very well was what's the Puerto Rican Oscar Lopez, the so-called terrorist, and his co-defendants when they got let out originally. I was with them. What's the guy's name? Oscar wouldn't sign, so Oscar he wouldn't. Obama wanted to pardon him, but he was down for the cause, so he spent another 30 years in prison. Rocket scientist, but I understand. He believed he had the truth on his side, so I get that. When you have or feel you have the truth on your side, you have to make decisions in your life. You know that, and I don't want to. That's why I don't give a fuck when people talk shit about me. I haven't yet to see somebody expose me or say something to hurt me that I haven't said with my own words, and they think they have, which is like, I'm talking about different people, not just the little puppets that I've been toying with the last. I'm talking about in general. So when it feels good when you have the truth, it really does. It's a total different thing. Like this guy just said, did the doctor hit your G spot? Yeah. Milk my prostate. Yeah, he did. It was weird. And when I did cocaine and heroin together, blew a wad. Couldn't believe it. First time I ever did a speedball, it was crazy. So I hope that helps too. Maybe you guys can do that too. Rosso came in pants and chinos. Chino. Be very specific. When I injected drugs into my vein, okay? I remember I met one of the Cubans. Did he kiss you afterwards? Did he kiss you afterwards? You know what, Casper? He didn't. But my wife does every night. Does yours look like her? Get the pro gambling on. How many stamps could you put on Arkansas tomorrow? I've been watching football at all, bro. Katy Perry is on JonBenet. Is JonBenet Ramsey? Bro, being true to yourself saves so much energy. Scott, you have no idea. You have no idea, bro. You have no idea. Now I can do it to a flaw. So before I went out smoking crack and drinking with my probation, with the parole officer and a federal judge, we had problems, but now we're cool and we just snort coke off girls' asses and everything. Before I did all that, I wanted to fight for the truth of something that could have put me in prison. But, my wife calmed me down from that and said, hey, I've been waiting for you for all these years. What are you just you have to prove a point? Okay. No, then I won't. Okay. Then I'll just kick back and I'll get in a good spot with my PO stuff. Then we'll go out and snort coke and drink tequila shots together. Yay! Anyone can lie. It takes a man to tell the truth. Rob's a good guy. It's obvious he can tell the whole truth, even if it's against him. Dude, I don't give a listen, Ja. Bro, can you hear me when I say this? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Okay? I care about her in there. I have talked to my mom lately. Thought I wouldn't, but I did, and I'm glad for it. And I'm going to tell you guys something else. I'm finally plateaued. I'm finally, my feet are on the ground. I think I'm getting ready to make big moves on certain things. And if that, there's a part of me, there's somebody out there that knows it's true on the other side. There's a part of me that feels a little bit bad that what might come to old Silvio. Part of me, just a little bit. It won't hold me back from just smashing when it goes on. But there is a little tiny fucking part that goes, man. Oof. Seriously, I don't know. Nothing might happen, but something might. And yeah, so we'll see. We'll see if she gets involved because she's crazy and she's on board. I was Montauk. I was not what you call so I served in competitions, YMCA stuff when I was a kid. second place once. So here's the deal. I was good at getting tubed in the tube. I wasn't like a gyro surfer and get off the lips and getting air. So I was very traditional, I guess you'd say, but I was really good at stalling in tubes, and that was like my thing. And I liked right brakes, and then I'm standard foot, but then I started liking left brakes. You always remember that actor on the movie Con Air, Casper. It's I've been here. So Cyrus the Virus. I've heard that since that movie came out. What's your opinion of that guy West who has the channel that prison related? Have you ever met anyone in your prison YouTube genre? No, I don't know Wes, and I talked to Chad Marks, but we never met face to face. Hey, John, so you say SoFlo gets what he deserves, and I don't want to go all there, but here's the thing. There's like, you know what? Yeah. So even with my family members that have actively tried to put me in prison, I see them, and there is a part of me that misses my family and wants to like talk to them, but I can never, ever, 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 ever do that again in life, and I won't. So it's the same kind of thing. It's like, so I do have, when I get off and when I come down from the mental high, Johnny Mac's going to tell you it's drinking and drugs and everything, because he's a little methadone guy. But I think people are human. I do. Yeah. Some kind of soft inside to be not just on the outside. And by the way, the shirt, you know why I have the shirt? Because I've gained weight. This is like a 3X, and it looks like a dress if I don't tuck it in. So because I'm not like cut for a 3X, but it's just my belly. It's true. So does that help you guys more truth? Maybe they can give some people something to talk about. Welcome to my chat, Bob Land. All right. So yeah, I've been on an hour, you guys. And like I said, 80. So it's hit like 80 something. I swear I thought there wouldn't be more than 50, not even maybe 50. I didn't care. I just wanted to come on. It was about the doctor. So I'm gone. I'm going to bed. Tomorrow's the fair. Big fair's here. It's big fair time. So rodeo, I think, tomorrow too. Okay, real quick. Should I, and I don't care if you guys tell me the truth or not, because I do it on my Facebook page. You guys want me to post some rodeo on YouTube about where we are? Like I was posting, I did a little GoPro, is that what they call it, for the trails? Because I know there's people that want to see that, especially if I'm alone. If I'm alone on those trails, you guys will shit. I can drive. Not only can I drive these little clowns on YouTube, I can drive, dude. And I don't have fear. I got scared one night because I do go up there at night sometimes, like now, 12 o'clock. I love it up there in the mountains at night. I got scared because a freaking deer with like big antlers was running across the path, and I don't have a windshield. Windshields cause, if you get rain and stuff, it's a bitch. So I'd rather eat the bugs and put some glasses on than have a windshield. And a buck, I like felt like his horn was almost scraped my face because I was going so fast, and he was blinded by my lights. But I know there's people, it's real rocky too. Right now it's real dry. And there's trails and there's like really cool scenery. And if I go up there, like, especially without Marta's, dude, she's down, but I can't go as crazy as I can without her. And the couple of guys that I know, I mean, one of them, but I know he gets scared for real. I mean, it goes 57 miles an hour. I will come down a trail off the side of a mountain. There's a side of a mountain. Like if you fall, you're hit. I'll go 50 down the mountain, no problem. It's adrenaline, I guess. And I freaking love it. I do. I love living down there. And if she's going to make me move to a city, okay, cool. But we're going to keep a place here. But I love it. I do. I don't care like people that say stuff. And, dude, it's just awesome. It's awesome. Good night, Mr. Oh, the real Blamsky. What's up? I want to see some work videos like building the dock. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how many people would. that was yeah, that's came on too late. What about the doctor? Are you talking about the doctor in Atlanta from no, Larry McCarthy right now, current doctor, Dr. Wilson, Dr. William E. Wilson, currently working at Terre Haute, FCC, the head doctor, was busted. And again, I'm going to repeat, I had everything written down before I got in this little mob tube shit again that I've been on the last, it's been like 10 days almost. I talked to the right individual, and I got the information, and I don't know what he got busted for. I want to say it was like too many pills, maybe at a pharmacy, or Medicare fraud. That's the common one. Federal Bureau of Prison, the doctors there, a lot of them have been busted, and as part of their condition, they work for the BOP. True shit. Dr. Tharp admitted that to me. Dr. Basonic at Lewisburg. So this Dr. Wilson lost his license. The Bureau of Prisons, or the DOJ, or the powers that be, got it to where he has a license to work on inmates only. And this man makes decisions whether you get cancer treatment, whether you do this treatment, whether you do that, right now to this day. The reason I know is because there was a lot of staff there that did not want COVID shots. And when they filed a suit, because they're like, no, that, a lot of them were Trump supporters. And I don't mean to say that. So that was during the election. The vaccine came out quick. They're like, fuck this. What's in the vaccine? They're like, no. So then the Bureau tried to make them, and then they pushed back, and they found out the doctor is not even able to see these guys, because that was the doctor doing the reports. He can only work on inmates. And that's a huge, huge breaking news story. Why? That's saying straight out inmates are less than. And again, like I said in this show, if you go back to the beginning, a lot of people won't care. A lot of people will not give a fuck. But they're missing the bigger picture, which is criminal justice reform. That's part of criminal justice reform. That's why we have the recidivism rates in this country that we do. Just totally crazy. That, and I'll tell you something else. Too many people go back to prison for just dirty urines. Now you say just dirty urines. For just dirties or just drinking, whatever the case may be. Those are mental health issues. So we send lots of people back to prison for mental health issues. So mentally ill people are being sent back to prison. So I know I've been round and round about this. Terms and condition of probation. So the theory is, if you put drugs in the system, they're illegal drugs, you're around illegal people. I get that. But if you're pissing dirty, or you're getting blowing dirty for booze, the DMS, the diagnostic manual, says that you're mentally ill. So judges are sending so many people back to prison for being mentally ill. It's a whole different issue. But yeah, so anyway, all right. Start a business called Big Think Home Improvement. Might be the most appealing to homeowners. Later, Rob, have a great weekend. Dr. Fat Fingers, Kenneth Gilmore. He didn't have fat fingers. He was 80 years old, and his name was Dr. Chopra, and he laughed a lot. But yeah, milk the fuck out of my prostate, bro. Does that make you happy? Talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Don't know if I'll do it. So yeah, the rest of the weekend we're going to be tomorrow. It's fair tomorrow and tomorrow night. Sunday working. We're going to be working. And Jimmy Poe. Wait, whoa, stop. Jimmy Poe. Jimmy Poe, that I did time with Jimmy Poe? Please answer that question. Brother, thanks for doing what you do. You're getting the truth out about the BOP and the feds. Good night, Larry McCarthy. Man, if that's like Jimmy Poe that I know, that's wait. That just fucked me up. Okay, Jimmy. Wow. So I know a guy that's 80 years old named Jimmy Poe. That shit, I can do a story about him. All right. Take care, you guys. Have a good one. End stream.